Hello, everyone. I have invited a good friend of mine to join us. He is a recent Floodgate Futures client, Joel Pickering. Hello. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Joel Pickering. I'm a marketing executive in the med device, MedTech, and biologic space. And I've worked for both startups and Fortune 50 companies, and I'm looking for my next opportunity.
And we've known Joel for many years, probably about 12 years, going back to his time at Cystogenics. And we were fortunate enough to partner with him as he built out a very large sales team in a very short period of time. Joel has been tapped on the shoulder for his entire career and probably hasn't job searched in 20 years. And he's a pandemic job searcher now. So, Joel, I know you just recently went through the Floodgate Futures program. Can you share a little bit about, that journey for you of being a DIY job seeker at first, and then considering Floodgate? What was that sort of mental journey for you?
So I think in the beginning, because I hadn't really had to do a job search like this, I never had a real gap on my resume at all. So I'm sort of a process person. So it's like, build the plan and execute the plan. And I was frustrated. My plan wasn't yielding any results. And that's sort of how it started. It's really just like anything else. Like if you need the advice of somebody in a specific field, and in this case, you go to somebody who knows the job market and how to navigate it, and that's what brought me to Futures.
Yeah. And so can you tell us a little bit about just the process and the results that you were experiencing on your own, and then a little bit about how that changed after going through the Futures program?
So if I look at what I was doing on my own, and it was all stuff that, the people tell you to do, which was around, I was reaching out to my network and saying, look, if you guys hear anything, let me know. I was checking the job boards and things like that. But you don't really hear anything back from that. Everybody's very nice to say, if I hear, I'll let you know. But it was nothing like that. So with the Futures program, it was the opportunity for me to sort of come at my network from a different angle and get more substantive results. There wasn't one call where I didn't walk away and go, oh, wow, that's a great idea. I can't believe I didn't think of that. So there's just a lot to learn through this.
Without giving the farm away, what would you say has been, the biggest tangible takeaway through these last 4 weeks?
So I'll give you three that I thought were big for me. So the first was, I was someone who was sort of worried about bothering the people in my network about this. And what I learned through this process was, not only are most people really willing to help, but they're actually almost delighted to get a specific ask of you rather than just let me know if you hear anything. So that was one thing. The second thing, and this was a big shock to me, although it's not so much a numbers game when you're looking for a job, certainly at a higher level, executive level. It may feel great to finish a week and go, well, I put 10 resumes out this week, but I learned very quickly, it's better to say, I put in 3 resumes for good opportunities. I've got an advocate at each of those companies, and I had someone from outside weigh in on my behalf. And that for me was a big thing. And then finally, I learned a lot of new ways to bring the right eyes to my LinkedIn profile that I had no idea how to do before. So those were sort of my takeaways.
What advice, I know you're only a week out or so from wrapping up with me, but what advice would you have for other job seekers?
I guess I would say, so do the things that make sense, right? I mean, all the stuff that we're told to do. So get your resume in order and polish up your LinkedIn page and stuff like that. But I think you touched on earlier, there is an odd stigma, almost a shame about job hunting or looking for a job. And I think you've got to start, job one is to let that go and just say, look, I'm now going to treat my job hunt like my job, and just learn to embrace that and go with it, and good things will happen.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, if anyone watching this video is looking for just a stellar executive level marketer that's a visionary and built teams and brought products to market, Joel is on the market, probably won't be for very much longer. But ping him if you'd like to chat with him. Joel, was there anything else that you'd like to share or add?
I would really recommend the Futures program, though, because I learned so much in such a short period of time. So don't hesitate. It's a great program.